Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Rifles, ammunition seized in Canterbury St. James. High-powered guns and ammunition have been seized in St. James. The seizure was made during a police military operation in the community of Canterbury. The operation led to the recovery of an M16 rifle, an AK-47 assault rifle, an Intratec submachine gun, and 27 rounds of ammunition. Some 89 weapons have been seized in St. James since the start of the year. Man held with illegal firearm ammo in Spanish Town. One man is in custody following the seizure of a firearm and several rounds of ammunition at Railway Lane, Spanish Town in St. Catherine on Monday, July 4. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that about 8:45 p.m., a joint police military team was on patrol in the area when they reportedly saw a group of men acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. The police military team accosted the men and searched them. One of them was found with a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol fitted with a magazine containing 13 rounds of ammunition. He was arrested, however, his identity is being withheld pending further investigations. Man on bail on gun-related offense arrested for robbery. One of the suspects in the June 18 robbery of a farm store in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, is now in police custody. Reports from the St. Elizabeth Police are that about 9:57 a.m., men armed with handguns went to the store where they stole $950,000. The men also attempted to steal an SUV but were unsuccessful in their bid. Police say they then went to another location on the premises where they stole a motorcycle from an employee before fleeing the scene. An investigation into the matter led to the arrest of one of the suspects on Monday, July 4. The suspect, who will be charged for robbery with aggravation, was on bail for another gun-related charge, the police said. More savagery. 2 weeks after the nation was plunged into shock and outrage by the brutal murders of a mother and her 4 children in Clarendon, Jamaicans awoke Monday to news of another act of savagery in the same parish. The body of 67-year-old housekeeper Pamela Pam Gregory was discovered about 7 a.m. at the house she shared with her husband in Lionel Town housing scheme. Her throat was slashed. Up to press time Monday evening, no one had been charged in connection with the gruesome killing of the bedridden woman. Her 69-year-old husband remained in custody. Their grandson, who was reportedly injured during the incident, remained hospitalized. For much of the day, residents refused to discuss the incident. They kept their distance from the media, peering over their fences but unwilling to talk. Sources said the grandson, who was at home with the couple, received a troubling call from his uncle in Aruba, indicating that his grandmother had been killed. His uncle said he had received a phone call with the news, according to police sources. The police said after speaking with his uncle, the grandson went to his grandparents' bedroom and knocked. His grandfather, the police said, opened the door and the grandson saw his grandmother on the bed, bleeding from the neck. The police said he attempted to enter the room, however, his grandfather prevented him from entering. He then went to another door, kicked it open, and entered the room. His grandfather, the police said, allegedly attacked him with a knife. The grandson held onto the knife and used a piece of board to hit the elderly man on his head in a bid to subdue him. The younger man later realized that during the attack he had sustained a knife wound to his right middle finger. Residents and police assisted the grandson and took him and his grandfather to Lionel Town Hospital. They were treated and then taken to the police station. The incident comes 13 days after the bodies of Kimisha and her 4 children were found at their house in Clarendon. The woman's cousin, Roisin Barnett, has been charged with connection with the killing, which had triggered outrage across the country and reignited the fierce and off-again debate on corporal punishment after the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions last week served a death penalty notice on Barnett when he appeared in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston. Suspects arrested following bloody weekend in Manchester. Head of the Mandeville Police Division, Superintendent Lloyd Darby, says investigators are close to making breakthroughs in 2 of the 3 murders, which rocked their South Central parish on Saturday, as suspects have been held. In the first incident, about 2:03 p.m., Ricardo Bennett, a 49-year-old fisherman of Old Harbour in St. Catherine, was standing outside a remittance outlet on Juicy Plaza in Mandeville when he was pounced on by a gunman who opened fire, hitting him. Bennett was taken to hospital by security personnel, where he was pronounced dead. In the second incident, about 10 p.m., 15-year-old Restorer Sinclair was shot dead as he attempted to save his mother during a struggle with gunmen at their home in Turnatop District near the South Manchester-St. Elizabeth border. In the latest incident, shortly after 10 p.m. Sunday, Adrian Smichael, 35, a chef of Coleyville near Christiana, was shot at a wake in Hearties when a gunman pounced upon after jumping over a concrete wall. In two of the incidents, we made arrests and the investigations in all three are progressing nicely. We just want to ask you, the citizens, who might know something that can assist with these incidents or any other incidents that have occurred in our parish, to participate in the process and give the information to the police, Darby told journalists on Monday. We have different methods by which you can do so. You can call 811. If you want to do it anonymously, he encouraged. When asked about the motives for each incident, Darby said the probes are at a delicate stage. I would not elaborate on the arrest, but sufficiently to say we are progressing with the investigations and we hope to reach a conclusion at least 2 or 3 matters in short order, he explained. However, he said the police are exploring the possibility that Bennett's murder is perhaps linked to lottery scamming. We are exploring that possibility based on where the incident took place. We know that people receive monies from these institutions that are encouraged in scamming, and so that is one factor that we are exploring, but we have not reached any conclusion as yet, he said. We are relying on footage from Jamaica Eye to help us to identify the suspect in this matter, he added. I just want to offer condolences to the families of these victims and to reassure the citizens of Manchester, Jamaica, and the diaspora of the police in Manchester is using all of its resources to do all it can to solve all these murders, said Darby. LMAG urges JPs to stand against crime and violence. The Lay Magistrate Association of Jamaica, LMAG, has expressed its concerns at the overwhelming high incidence of murders, homicides, and overall acts of crime and violence that continue to plague the country. In a meeting of the National Executive Body of the LMAG over the weekend, the association said it was particularly perturbed at the distressing killing of a mother and her 4 children recently, the daily incidents of robberies, murders, and other heinous crimes. The LMAG, in a statement on Monday, said it strongly condemns these kinds of happening in the country and is urging every Justices of the Peace (JP) to become more actively and integrally involved in their respective communities. The very fabric of our society is being eroded at a rapid pace, and as JPs, we must aggressively address this in every way possible. We urge all JPs to be visible and reachable and to assist and participate in conflict resolution, mediation, restorative justice, counseling, and other means of intervention. As a national body, we are concerned at the silence and non-participation of our Justices of the Peace in their communities, the association stated. The LMAG said it is reminding its members that among their responsibilities as set out in the Charter is to encourage expressions of opinion by lawmen, the bench and the bar, and to disseminate information concerning subjects having an important bearing upon the general welfare of the community, and especially upon society's responsibility in the prevention and suppression of crime and the treatment of criminal offences, and to take action in the correction thereof as may from time to time be deemed expedient and appropriate. Noting that many JPs are trained in mediation and restorative justice, the LMAG is urging the citizens to seek help when faced with challenges and disagreements. Shop around before you hire electricians and inspectors, government electrical regulatory cautions. Consumers are being encouraged to shop around before settling on an electrician or electrical inspector to avoid being overcharged. The advice comes from the Government Electrical Regulators (GER) as the agency moves forward to increase transparency within the electricity sector. Manager of Customer Affairs at the state-run institution, Kemar Lake, said customers have a choice of choosing the best suited person for a job, irrespective of their physical location and prices. In recent times, concerns have been mounting over high service charges by some electricians and electrical inspectors. While the GER does not control fees within the sector, it has embarked on a public education campaign emphasizing the public's power to choose. This initiative aims to educate the public on leveraging The organization resources to acquire the services of approval professionals within the industry. Currently, there are 667 registered electricians and 181 licensed inspectors listed on the GER online portal. The list is provided so that you can see that you have options. You do not have to pin yourself down to one person, Lake stated. He also urged the public to only employ registered electricians, as failure to do so can hinder people from connecting to the country's electrical system. If public education campaign is also pushing the persons who aspire to become registered electricians to do so, it would mean that they are making themselves more marketable. They are putting themselves in a position to be chosen, and once they are, they can go ahead and work, Lake stated. The GER was established under the Electricity Act 2015 as a department of the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, replacing the Board of Examiners. It regulates the electrical works industry, including registered electricians, licensed electrical inspectors, and technical electrical assistants. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.